I can imagine if something like that happened in Rust.
Very parallel.
Like I used to play with a bigger group of guys who some of them were just kind of into Rust. It was like, oh yeah, this is the flavor. They would come and like play with me on the flavor of the week game or whatever. And if they're jumping into PUBG and they do poorly, who cares? We're gonna play another one after this, and then they'll go to bed. We'll get somebody who's a little better. I don't mind losing. I'm getting my kills. I'm having fun. But in Rust, it's like now you've got a couple knuckleheads on the team that don't really understand the value of stuff. And like, I remember one night we had been grinding so fucking hard. It was like day 2 of wipe, and I was like, I gotta go to sleep, guys. I'll set an alarm. I'll be up in 5 hours. I'll be back, and we can get back to work. And like, I think it was during the Easter event, so that's the time of year this was. And 2 of them were left, and closing your doors is a big deal in Rust. Each door requires X amount of explosives to bypass, and you build your bases in such a way that it's big spirals of doors, like door after door after door after door. Make it very expensive to get in and time consuming. And they left all the doors open except for the front door. And so these fucking, I log back on after my little nap. I just had a bad feeling. And they've blown one door off its hinges, which is like not a big deal to do. And they've stolen all of our shit that was on like the first floor, which was like not our creme de la creme gear or anything, but like all of our wood, all of our like stone, like the stuff that takes like 3 or 4 hours worth of work easily had been like stolen from us. And we had almost lost the whole base because the enemy weren't there because they were taking the loot back to their house to like stockpile it. They were coming back for more. So I quickly slap a door down, and then these 3 guys walk up. They're like, "Hey," and I'm like, "Hey, what's up?" "Oh, nothing, just walking by." I'm like, "Where you guys live?" "Oh, just right over there. We're your neighbors. Yeah, nice to meet you." And I'm like, and I know, it's them. Mm-hmm. We got a revenge. It took hours to get our revenge. We ruined their entire wipe for them. We raided their base slowly while they were inside of it, and then like
who were your teammates?
Oh, everybody that I've ever played with, like Scum and Mitty and Class and like all those guys. I don't remember who exactly.
They're all gamers. I'm just wondering. Kyle has like 2 Rust friends that are like, yeah, Mike Tyson and Evander Holyfield. We like to go and roam street fights.
Yeah, that's Timu and Paris. Like if I really actually want to play like some legit Rust, I go pick up Timu and Paris, and like they're like no joke, like some of the best in the world. Like they're incredible.
There's maybe no greater stress you can put on someone in Rust than like an overwhelming force raiding a base and the people are in there. The pure hell that they're going through when they know everything. They're like panicking. Can we get it out? No, we can't get it out. Fuck, what do we do? Patch the walls, shoot shit back at them. That you're dying immediately. It's really something getting online raided.
I used to have that in Call of Duty. I loved it. Like I play solos, maybe get verbally bullied by a guy or two, and it's like Optic, Big Timer, and Rambo. They're picking on me. Can you guys have a minute? And like, all right, now I've got my friends with me. Let's play again.
Last time I played with those guys, like pretty much every time I've ever played with those 2 guys, plus like maybe 1 or 2 others, we just kind of take over the whole server. And I'm not doing a lot. I'm not doing the heavy lifting. They are, but just like listening to their call outs is so fun because like every now and then I'll be like, I got one, headshot dead. You might hear me say that every like 5 minutes, but like Timu will be like, he doesn't talk because he's from Timu listens now. I'm sorry, Timu, I don't remember what weird country you're from. Maybe some Baltic nation or something. I don't know.
Weird country.
He's got an accent, but he speaks very good English. But he'll just be, I see one dead. 2 more. Both dead. Headshot dead. I'm like, how many have you killed? 6, 7, 8.
Of Rust.
There's on the oil rig, there are cameras placed on it, and you can install this viewing station in your base, so you can remote view around this area from your base. And so I'm there, like giving call outs, watching Timu fight an entire team of people, like 6 guys who were like trying to like come up and like take this thing over, but he's up there and hit this weird glitch spot, and it's just he's just killing them all. Every time I watch him play, it looks like a Rust montage. He's so goddamn good. It's so fun to watch those guys play.
It's remarkable how competitive people can get over strange things, like over strange games, I guess. Like I wrote down something I wanted to mention, like in Minecraft, that like factions thing. I met a guy that set an alarm up so that he would wake up. He would go to school, and if that alarm goes off, he would leave when like a raid was happening. Like he'd get like spammed on his phone, he'd leave, and he'd come back to defend it.
There's
Like,
a
it
wave
takes
file
everyone.
on your computer that sounds like TNT. It goes.
Yeah.
We had players that would replace it with an alarm clock. So it would wake them up at night when their base is being
Yeah.
raided.
So the low tech way to do that in Rust is you can just put your character to sleep. You can just kind of like without killing him. And so you're sort of spectating your sleeping body, and you can hear the noises around you. So you just set it to speakers in your room or whatever and turn it loud as fuck. And a raid is the loudest thing in the game. Like C4 and rockets, they're the loudest sound files in the game. They're incredibly loud. And so like that would wake you up. But now like Rust is so good, the dev team, they introduced an app for your phone and these sensors that you can install in game in your base that'll send you like an alert to your phone. You're getting raided. It's like a raid alert, and so you just get a text message like raid alert, and you, from wherever you are or whatever, you can just get back in game and defend.
That's such an annoying
Woodycraft,
thing.
so
if you're
that
the raiders.
So that players wouldn't just like never log out like that, because we didn't have that much server. Like we'd only have a couple hundred players on a game at a time. So if you didn't move or anything for 15 minutes, we'd boot you. And these players would make these like elaborate MC Escher waterfalls that would have them going in a circle all the time.
Oh god.
Okay.
It's just the anti-AFK pools and everything. They got so inventive with that because as a server, you can track when just a player's doing that. And then they started using pistons that would like, they had a random number generator. Yeah. Oh my god. People do the most crazy things. Now that like servers have picked up a lot, like my server's got like, we peaked at like 3,000 people on a game.
Nice.
Yeah. So like we can handle a good amount of players, but we still have AFK kicks and all that.
3,000 people on one game mode?
We can have 10. We like
10,000 in a single JVM.
Because what we did the same thing that Hypixel do. I don't know how into Minecraft you are now, but what happens is you go certain piece of the world, and the dev got so smart. He's so talented. He lives in his room coding, and you as soon as you walk past a block, you'll teleport into a different part of the world, but it's seamless. It just moves you from one bit of the server to the other. So like technically, I think that I don't know enough about it to explain, but like each thread is a different thing, and there's like you can hold like 50 people on each thread, and then it's just spread out across a.
Does lava flow properly across those servers?
Yeah, it's fine. It's literally just player position for it.
Even lava flow and such.
Everything. And well, if you wanted to, what we do, so we have a prison server and a Skyblock server, and Skyblock's easy to do that with because they're wholly separate things. And prison, we set it up really smart where you had to go somewhere to a mine that's not spawn, and it's basically a Skyblock island with a mine on it. So it's just really hyper efficient. And then I don't know, we've had like people like in the industry have like said that they like, you know, it's a pretty common thing now, but it's like maybe 10 servers have it, you know, but everyone kind of knows about it. It's a lot of work to do.
What's your server?
Do I get some free promotion?
Yes,
on my Microsoft.
Of course. And Colin might
I'm
play
sure
there.
This is the prime demographic. We have a server called MC Prison and one called Skyblocky. You'll know the owner actually. This guy called Serene. He ran Arkham.
Oh, I know of. I don't think I know. Like we're not friends or anything, but I definitely know of Arkham. Yeah,
right.
I think I've talked to him before. Yeah.
I'm sure if I messaged him now, he'd say, I knew Woody. Everyone knew like Woodycraft. Because he was in the same era.
We were talking about like how the shady players became server owners and now they're shady server owners.
Yep.
There was another server owner that couldn't bypass our DDoS protection. So he bought a server at the same location in the cloud as us and DDoSed us over the LAN. Like from server to server. Instead of over the internet, he just did it right inside the same building.
Jesus Christ.
That's insane. Good lord.
I was just looking at